Hey, it's Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships.
And sex.
There has to be adversity and anxiety for sex to happen.
Yeah.
99% of the time.
Really? Yeah.
Because we've been talking about, a lot of people talk about, if you ask, not Bunny, Bunny's different. You ask most girls,
different.
What they want, and they'll say, I want a nice guy. I want a guy that is on time. I want a guy that shows up and takes care of me. I want that,
I want a man with manners.
But they're describing a man they already find attractive, not what attracts them. Are we playing? Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not always going to get the best information. And a lot of what women will feed you is also to distract you from actually what really works.
Right.
They're hardwired by the sisterhood to tell betas one thing while the alphas go and they chase a guy. I want them to text back.
Yeah.
When the guy that they're like waiting on isn't texting back.
Yeah.
That's a classic example.
Yeah.
But what Bunny had brought up was even in the romance novels and Hallmark shows, it's not always the Prince Charming that gets the girl.
Yeah.
What have you observed?
So what I was finding interesting is, that a lot of times, yes, the old version of movies, of rom-coms, of chick flicks was very much like he was just the nice guy. But I mean, even as far back as like Hitchcock era films, it was very much, Grace Kelly was overly attracted to Jimmy Stewart, who was kind of like, I could take her or leave her. Like, there's always got to be this dread, this a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of her needing to prove herself. What I see in chick flicks is so much of, it started out the guy was actually the enemy. He was, in a competing business, or he, was the town jerk, and, she hated him at first. And then they get stuck in this situation where they have to work together, or they have to get to know each other, and she falls in love with him. And this is more real than not, because, a guy who brings flowers to the door every day, or, always opens the door for you, or is, the most mild-mannered, are not the guys who get the chicks 9 times out of 10. So it's better to be a little bit of an asshole, cause a little bit of dread, not let her know that you like her too much. All of these things that we talk about. And I know that there are some concepts that just kind of get repeated, but it's because you might not catch it the first 15 times we say it, but on the 16th we say it in just the right way that you pick up what we're putting down. So like what you were talking about was this video about girls who, I should like that.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't.
Yeah, so it's a girl, she's like doing the interview and this woman was like in her 30s or 40, this was not like 19 or 20. She's like, oh my. She was like, so I opened the door and the guy's standing there, handsome, tall, hands me flowers.
Yeah.
She said, I always tell people I want flowers.
Yeah.
But I didn't want those flowers.
Yeah.
She said something was neutral about it. Something was off.
Yeah.
She said, we walked down the hall and he opened the door for me and I was like kind of in shock. And then he opens the car door for me. And as I sit down, I'm already on the message with my friends. I don't like this.
I don't like this. Make it stop.
He took her to eat. She goes, and I realized that everything I've been telling people I want,
yeah,
I don't really want.
No.
Maybe she wants to earn it.
Right.
I think that may be one of those things that we talk about. But when you were talking about movies, I was trying to think of a movie where, other than like Snow White, but like Groundhog Day, Bill Murray is just like an asshole.
He's a huge asshole.
She hates him.
Yeah.
You know, and he has to change over time a little bit, but he's still an asshole.
Right.
You know? God, what else was I thinking about? But you're absolutely spot on that there's always going to be some type of tension. You know, it's not who you think it's going to be.
Right.
There has to be a little bit of adversity in there. Any of the adventure movies, the girl doesn't like the lead character.
Well, and he's in charge. He's got a plan. He's, leading the pack. You know, all of these things are not the Prince Charming riding up on a big white horse to sweep her off her feet and take all of her troubles away.
Yet you will be surprised that every time I promote my Chicks Dig Jerks, my book for asshole game, there's some type of protest in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. It might be a girl. Oh, this doesn't work. You know, it might be a guy.
It would never work for me.
It would never work on me.
Uh-huh.
But it's probably worked so many times, she's now mad about it.
That's more the real story.
Yeah.
It's worked, but then she still didn't end up with the guy in the end.
Yeah, because if they end up with the guy, they don't make any comments.
Yeah.
It's kind of like on Twitter, the girls that really bitch a lot, none of them are like beautiful women.
Right.
These are very average, nothing that are like protesting.
Right.
You know, maybe their experience in life is different.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not sure. But that's neither here nor there. But there has to be tension and adversity. And that's where Asshole Game, I think, comes through.
Yeah.
You know.
And if you haven't picked up Fort Worth's Chicks Dig Jerks, man, pick it up. The link is in the description box below. It's too good not to have, and it's a great reminder of exactly the kind of stuff we're talking about. If you kind of default to being too nice, it's turning her off. Even if she claims to like it, if she claims to like it right now, she won't forever. Trust me on this one. Girls cannot respect guys who are overly nice and who are overly simple.
Is it that they feel like they can push them around?
Absolutely. Girls can and will manipulate you until they find a better option. You don't want that, and we don't want that for you because we want you to win. So pick up Chicks Dig Jerks. Bye.